Hello everyone. Under the management theory discussion, today we are going to discuss with you human relations theory. Actually, this theory introduced by Elton Mayo. So because of that, okay, this is somewhat of Elton Mayo's contribution to the modern management. This is the introduction you can see on the screen now. Developed by Elton Mayo, known as the father of human relations. Actually, when we discuss about the human relations, Elton Mayo is one of the person who introduced several concepts relating to the human relations. So because of that, we call Elton Mayo as father of human relations. Response to limitation of scientific management. I think if you have watched our previous video, already we have discussed about the scientific management. In scientific management, mostly focus the efficiency, productivity, and the process related thing. So because of that, this is somewhat of human relations address in theory. So because of that, we can consider this response to the limitation of scientific management. Emphasis human behavior, needs, and attitude in the workplace. So in a summarized way, I have to tell you this is related to the human factors in the organization. So when developed this theory, Hawthorne studies most of the time based on that. So what is Hawthorne studies? Actually, this is conducted at Western Electric during 1924 to 1932. It studied effects of working condition on the productivity. So, in the Hawthorne effect, what that researchers done, it is also what is called that lead by the Elton Mayo. That study mainly focused the how productivity and working condition interrelate each others. So key findings, social and psychological factors significantly influence the performance. So this is actually a little bit more about the Hawthorne effect. When employee feel observed, valued, or singled out, their performance tend to improve regardless of actual changes in their work environment. So, according to the Hawthorne effect related studies, they found people very much concerned about the what is called that what is called that answers for their answers for their problems. So sometimes it is not required to do 100% actual changes if they feel management is thinking about their requirement, management is acting on their requirement, then it is also enough for the what is called that performance improvement. So, according to the Hawthorne effect related studies, productivity increased when lighting improved. So, the problem was employees' concern there regarding the required light level. So, they went to the management and they asked they want enhancement of the lighting level. So management what done actually they have not improved what is called that number of flights, but they influence the people. They are going to improve during that vacation time period, and after the vacation The people thought, okay, all the lights levels are improved. That was the initial thing happened there. So productivity increased when lighting improved as expected. This is actually expected thing. So productivity is still increased when lighting was reduced. That is the unexpected thing. The common factor, workers felt important because they were being studied. Okay. So attention and interest from management had more influence than the physical changes. So again, it's mentioned management attention is more important. It is not required to do the 100% physical changes. The Hawthorne effect teach us that human motivation is complex and the attention, inclusion, and social connection can powerfully influence the performance. So that is the outcome of that Hawthorne effect related study. So these are the key principles of this theory. Social needs are critical motivators. So according to this theory, it tells us social needs very critical motivation factor. So group dynamic affect individual behavior. So that is also very important. When consider the organization, there are several groups working for different objectives. Finally, actually, it is one objective. But anyway, within the process, there can be different objective. So group dynamic affect the individual behavior. So individual behavior, it is not very powerful thing. When the group dynamic change, individual behavior definitely will change. So employee involvement in decision making boost morale. So that is also very important. When we run the organization, it is required to engage the people. So if organization want to engage the people, what they have to do, they have to involve the people for the discussions and the decision making activities. They need to boost the morale, and that morale support organization to achieve more. Good communication is essential. That is very much required thing. So I'm suggesting the communication mean it should be the two-way communication, not into the top to bottom. It should be top to bottom and bottom to top. When consider the two people, that should be what is called that a two-way communication. Leadership style affects satisfaction and productivity. So leadership style also affect to the productivity. So these are the key principle of this theory. So impact on management practices. Based on this theory, what are the impact to the management practices? Shifted focus from task to the people. Previously, in the scientific management and all, the most focus goes to the task. But when that what is called that human related theory came into the account, introduced by Elton Mayo, that focus transfer from task to the people promoted participative management and teamwork. It support to promote participative management as well as the teamwork. Encourage training and development. Recognized importance of employee well-being. So these are the impact of management practices. In here, you can see the comparison with scientific management, the human relation theory, and the scientific management. This is give us comparative view. So when consider the focus, scientific management focus the task efficiency, human relation theory focus employee satisfaction. When consider the motivation, scientific management consider financial incentives, but under the human relation theory, social and emotional needs. When consider the role of management, according to the scientific management, control and supervision required. However, when consider the human relation theory, support and leadership. When consider the view of worker, scientific management, economic unit, human relation theory, social beings. So it is very clear scientific management it's mainly focused the efficiency, human relation theory mainly focused the human. So that is the difference between scientific management and human relation theory. So there are some relevance to the today HR. Okay, so that human relation theory basis for employee engagement strategies. So today HR strategic HR department strategic HR members they can consider this theory as basis for employee engagement. Influences modern organizational culture, supports communication, teamwork, and feedback. Wellness training and recognitions stem from this theory. So these are the relevances to the today HR management. So there are some strength area of this theory. You can see highlights emotional need of the employee. So based on this theory, it's highlight emotional needs of the employee, improves workplace relationship. It is very important because when consider the workplace, it can be several members working, so their background may be different, their education background may be different, their cultural background may be different, social background may be different, financial background may be different. So workplace relationship very important when work so many members with the several background. Then encourage collaborative environment. That is also very much required strength because everyone has to collaboratively work to achieve the organizational goal. Promotes job satisfaction and reduce turnover. So it will support to reduce the turnover also. So there are some criticism also. The first criticism may overemphasize social factor, ignoring structure. So because this is focused very much to the human related thing, so it may be someone can criticize this is overemphasis the social factors, lacks consideration of individual differences. Okay, so in here, not consider the individual differences, it's give the common aspect, less effective in technical setting. So other thing is, it's not consider much more technical related things. Risk of manipulation if only output focus. So these are the criticism. However, the conclusion is the important thing. So, according to the conclusion, I have included 3 points. First one, revolutionize management thinking. So, this is somewhat of revolutionize management system because in scientific management mainly focus the task efficiency. However, when coming to this theory, people start to consider about the human requirements. So, because of that, this is revolutionized management thinking. Understanding behavior is key to modern HR and leadership. So, people's behavior it has to be studied. Then only the organization can take relevant decision. Relevant organization can implement relevant what is called that proposals. So it want to understand the behavior. So understanding behavior is key to modern HR and leadership. So it is very much important to focus the behaviors of the human. Balanced task efficiency and well-being ensure sustainable success. So we want to understand if organization want to success, organization want to think about the human as well as balanced task. That means efficiency. That also organization want to ensure. Then the long-term sustainability can achieve. So before end this discussion, I would like to go through again each and every slide in a very fast way. Okay, today we are discussing about the human relations theory. Human relations theory. That's introduced by Elton Mayo. Elton Mayo. So this is the introduction developed by Elton Mayo. So Elton Mayo we called as father of human relations because he has done a lot of things to the human relations related activities. Response to the limitation of scientific management, human relation theory somewhat of responses. Because when considered the scientific management is it mostly focus the efficiency of the task. So it's not considered human factors. So because of that, this is somewhat of response to the limitation of scientific management. Emphasis human behavior, needs, attitudes in the workplace. So this is the background of this theory. Human relations theory came into the account because of that Hawthorne studies. So Hawthorne studies conduct in Western Electric's company uh, during the 1924 to 1932. It studies effect of working condition on the productivity. The finding was social and psychological factors significantly influence the performance. However, according to the Hawthorne study, it is found that it is not required to change the physically. The requirement is the management want to address, management want to concern about the attention about the employees requirement. That's enough to the changes. It is not required the physical changes. So key principles, social need are critical motivator, group dynamic affect individual behavior, employee involvement in decision making boost morale, good communication is essential, leadership style affects satisfaction and productivity. So these are the impacts of this human relations theory to the management practices, shifted focus from task to the people, promoted participative management and teamwork, encouraged training and development, recognize importance of employee well-being. So these are the difference between scientific management and human relations theory. You can see scientific management consider the task efficiency, human relations theory employee satisfaction, then motivation in scientific management based on the finance incentive. However, the human relations theory, it is social and emotional needs. When consider the role of management, scientific management, control and supervision, human relations theory, support and leadership. View of workers, the scientific management think it is economic units, but human relations theory consider the social beings. Then these are the relevance to the HR, today HR, basis for employee engagement strategies, influences modern organizational culture, supports communication, teamwork and feedback, wellness training and recognition stem from this theory. So strength of the theory, there are some strength also, highlights emotional need of employees, improves workplace relationship, encourage collaborative environment, promotes job satisfaction and reduce turnover. There are some criticisms also, may overemphasize social factors ignoring the structure, lack of consideration of individual efficiencies, less effective in technical settings, risk of manipulation if only output focus. So conclusion, this is revolutionized management thinking. It is very much required to understand the behavior. Organization want to make sure the balanced task, that mean efficiency and well-being. Then it will be sustainable, long-term sustainable, sustainability related things organization can achieve. So these are the things about human relations theory. So I'm expecting you learn another management theory. So this discussion actually expectation is to give you the management theory related knowledge. So I'm expecting to meet you with another management theory discussions as soon as possible. Thank you very much.